Hello and welcome to another video. It's been like forever since I made the last video and I'm really sorry for that. I need to apologize. Many things going on and yeah, I'm really sorry that it took me so long. I'm back again. This video will be a short one, just a short update. What's going on right now with my colony here, with my ant colony. It's not going to be a tutorial, I will make a tutorial soon. And I just thought after being away for such a long time, just need to keep you updated or what happened in the last 2 years. I think it's been over 2 years since I made the last video. So yeah, still have leafcutter ants, as you can see. Still being active, cutting leaves right now. Hope you can see it on the video. And bringing it towards the nest, over the rope. Right now there's not that much activity. I don't really know why. Usually at that time the place is covered with ants, and right now it's not. Maybe it has to do something with the weather, because it used to be very hot the last few days and there were a lot of ants out, and now it's the first day when it's a little bit cloudy outside and not as hot anymore. It seems they are reacting to that. Yeah, major changes the last 2 years. One thing that you probably will realize if you've seen my old videos is that it looks different now, the whole setup, because I removed most of the decorations I had in here before. And there's a reason for that. I know the way it looks right now, it doesn't look as natural anymore. The reason why I removed most of the decorations is that I had a lot of substrate in here, and the problem was there were some beetles starting to live in that substrate. I think they laid their eggs in there, and then we had larvae in that substrate and they turned into beetles again and so on. And it was kind of creepy. I didn't know the species as well of the beetles, so I didn't want to have any risk, you know, having some kind of creatures in there that I don't know about. So I removed most of the substrate and most of the decorations. So I have a control of what lives in here and what doesn't. I want to have the ants in here and nothing else. It looked very empty afterwards though, so I added those artificial plants. I know not the best decoration, but I needed some color in here. It needed to look a little bit better, so artificial plants was the choice, because real plants wouldn't work, of course, out of obvious reasons. Yeah, a couple of people ask me if they don't try to cut the artificial plants, and no, they don't. Even though those plants might look quite real to us, it don't for ants, because they have different senses. It's more about smell and taste for them than what the eye can see. But actually, there's one artificial plant up here, and as you can see, there is one exception, because some ant has been cutting here. If you can see it, I'm not sure. Focus. There is a cut here, which is, I don't think the camera is focusing right. Maybe now. You can see here, it almost cut through. Looks like a normal cut. It didn't manage to go all the way, but someone tried. Some ant tried once to cut it. I don't know why, but that was an exception. Usually they don't cut artificial plants. Yeah, they're drinking water in here, getting leaves here. And one other change I made to the leafcutter ant colony is I changed the way the nest is built up. As you probably can remember if you've seen my old videos, you can see that's the entrance to the nest. I had a lot of these smaller containers here as fungus chambers. And it got a little bit annoying, because every time one of those chambers was full, I still have 2 of them here, 2 of those smaller chambers, and there's some fungus in there, but not much, as you can see. But it got annoying because every time one of those chambers one of those containers were full, I had to add more containers for the fungus chambers. It just got a little bit annoying, so I decided I want to give them a larger, instead of many small ones, I want to give them a large container. So I added this terrarium here, as you can see, and it's kind of dirty right now because the ants made a mess in here. But as you can see, or maybe can see, this container, this terrarium, is actually filled with fungus. I don't know, I haven't seen the queen in like years, but there's a huge gathering of ants at this spot. I don't really know, maybe. I cannot see it through the glass, but usually if you have a gathering of ants like this, it might be that the queen is somewhere nearby. but again the glass is quite dirty, so you cannot really see it. Anyway, that's the leafcutter ants of the Leafcutter Ant Colony. That's how it is right now. I also have another project that I started, which you can see over here. And there's an ant colony in here as well. This is a completely different setup. As you can see, this is more of a natural setup. It's also, there are not only ants in here, those are real plants. There are also isopods in here, springtails and other insects that are living in here and sharing the place with an ant colony. And yeah, let's see if we see some ants. Oh, there's some activity over here, if you can see that. Let's zoom a little closer. I don't know if you can see it, there's a dead isopod over there. And the ants are working on it right now. It's probably hard to spot, there are those small ants. And yeah, I'm not gonna tell you right now what kind of species it is. If you have a guess, write a comment. Let me say, I just want to say as much. When I started keeping ants like a couple of years ago, no, it's quite long ago, like 6-7 years ago or 8 years, I always dreamt of having two species of ants, and it always seemed like those kind of ants are impossible to keep. That's what people said. And it seems like an impossible goal to ever keep those ants. One of those species were leafcutters. And as you probably know, as you all know, I now have leafcutters. But there was always the thought that I want to have the second species as well. Oh, there's actually a fight going on. I think there's also one of the isopods there still alive. Probably they're hunting at the moment. Anyway, I always thought there's a second species I would really like to keep. And this one is the second one. It's like I made a dream come true by keeping those ants. If you have an idea, a guess what kind of ants these are, write me a comment. Alright. I'm gonna make more videos soon. It's gonna be tutorials again, especially for, let's focus the camera here. Especially about leafcutters, because I promised I will make more tutorials about it. The next video will be about how to prevent ants from escaping. What are escape protections? Because I get a lot of people ask me questions about it, and I want to answer them. Yeah, that's what's coming up. I hope I will be able to do it next week, but I'm careful about what I promise. So maybe next week, maybe a little later, there will be a next tutorial video. Thank you for watching, and yeah, it's great to be back. Thank you.